Hey guys, this is Mr. A Crizzy here, and in today's movie review, I'm gonna be doing a movie review on the 1961 musical movie based on the stage play, West Side Story. Yep, that's right. I'm reviewing the original West Side Story from 1961 since I recently watched it on VOD last night while my parents was out for dinner with my uncle Charles, and so I watched the original 1961 West Side Story on VOD, and so the story of West Side Story is about Tony and Maria. So Tony and Maria are the main characters of West Side Story, and the story of West Side Story goes like this: a musical in which a modern day Romeo and Juliet are involved in New York street gangs. On the harsh streets of the Upper West Side, two gangs battle for control of the turf. The situation becomes complicated when a gang members fall in love with a rival sister, and pretty much like Tony and Maria fall in love with each other, and the problem is that they're both on different teams, like the Sharks and the Jets. And of course, for 1961, we got ourselves a musical movie based on the popular stage play West Side Story. So I remember when I first heard about West Side Story. I actually do remember first hearing about West Side Story when I was in high school. And when I was in high school, we were talking about like Romeo and Juliet, like William Shakespeare, and then I heard about this play called West Side Story. And my local high school actually did a play. They actually did a play of it many years ago. I think back in like 2014 or 2015, and I was actually involved in the play, but not as an actor, because I was actually the one building and painting the sets, like like the wood and all that stuff, like the sets for the stage play. Yeah, yeah, and of course I also knew the story of West Side Story as well, and I've also heard about the 1961 movie, and after watching the 1961 movie, I'm gonna have to say the 1961 original West Side Story movie, it's actually definitely one of the best musicals ever made. Yeah, because I really do like musicals, and for West Side Story, it's definitely one of the best musicals. It's a classic musical movie. It's awesome. It's a classic. And I know some of you guys out there, like I know some like I know some of these YouTubers did like VHS openings to West Side Story, the original, and the original West Side Story was actually made by MGM, but not only MGM, but United Artists. And from when I was watching the original West Side Story, this version of West Side Story actually had the 1980s United Artists logo, like with the whoosh and with the whoosh thing and the United Artists logo, because that logo was also seen on All Dogs Go to Heaven. So I'm probably guessing. I think this version of West Side Story I watched was probably released in like the 80s or something like that. Like United Artists, like the company that makes the original West Side Story. And the musical numbers are actually done by like the music in West Side Story was actually done by Leonard Bernstein, and I think he did a great job doing the music for West Side Story. And the actors, they all did a great job too. Like the actor, like Richard Bamer, who played Tony, he did a good job. And Natalie Wood, and of course Natalie Wood, who plays Maria, she did a great job too. And yeah, and I'm actually very glad that I watched West Side Story, because my uncle Charles actually recommended me to watch the 1961 version of West Side Story after we both saw the Steven Spielberg remake from this year that just came out. And yeah, so if I had to choose between which version of West Side Story did I enjoy more, the 1961 or the Steven Spielberg remake, I gotta say I enjoyed both of them. And I'll explain more about the Steven Spielberg West Side Story in my next movie review. So overall, West Side Story was an awesome classic musical, and I'm gonna give I'm gonna give the 1961 West Side Story 5 out of 5 stars. If you like musicals and if you haven't watched West Side Story yet, then I recommend checking out this version first before seeing the Steven Spielberg remake. So there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for this movie review on West Side Story 1961. And it's also hard to believe that the original West Side Story is already 60 years old. Like, they probably filmed this movie probably in like 1960, around the same time Disney was making 101 Dalmatians. Yeah, and 101 Dalmatians is already 60 years old, the animated one, the cartoon one. But yeah, guys, so that's gonna be it. So that's gonna be it for my movie review on West Side Story, and that's gonna be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.